What is going on, everybody? Eric the Electric coming to you guys again with another video. Well, guys, it's been a really crazy past few days. I want to give a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of my subscribers, all of my followers, and everybody. My story has actually been posted, and it's on a few different news websites right now, and it's just been absolutely insane. I can't thank everybody enough for all the support and for all the encouragement that has been given to me. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, everybody. I never ever thought in a million years that it would be like this. So one of my huge goals and something that I've always wanted is to share my story, whether it be with a few people, whether it be a few hundred people, but to get to this point is something that's, again, been my huge goal. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. That being said, I want to address a topic that's come up very, very frequently with all of my videos and with my YouTube channel. So we're gonna get right into it. And that topic is binge eating, a topic that's been addressed, or a phrase that's been used very, very frequently by people that aren't as educated and don't know very, very much about eating disorders in and of themselves, is binge eating and going from one extreme to another extreme. Now, I want to bring up a few points that are very important for people that actually do have binge eating disorder. And for the record, I was actually diagnosed with anorexia nervosa at an early age. Never have been diagnosed with binge eating disorder. And again, it's very, very, very rare for actual anorexics to be diagnosed with binge eating disorder. Right, so the first thing I want to say is that every single eating disorder, whether it be anorexia, bulimia, binge eating disorder, etc., manifests itself in different ways. There's so many different variables to take into account. So in particular for me, my eating disorder always surrounded being thin, being at a lower body weight, a certain body fat percentage, etc. So that really wouldn't necessarily apply to somebody that's like myself now. I like to consider myself a pretty active person. To break it down a little bit, let's take the word binge. So the first thing that's associated with binge is, to me, the word uncontrolled. Now, if you see what I do, which is competitive eating versus an actual binge eating disorder, binging is where you lose control or lose consciousness over an extended amount of time. You don't really think about what you're doing. It's not controlled. Whereas whether you're eating in a contest, doing something for fun, or doing just a general challenge, it is controlled. You can stop after a certain period of time. The second point is most people with binge eating disorder base their entire lives around binging. It's when you can have your next meal. It's when you can get home, be in secret, and eat into your heart's content. It's really not the same as competitive eating. Third real point with binge eating disorder is that most people that suffer with it, at least from my experience and what I've seen, is that most people actually don't have good health. They actually go through periods of extreme weight gain and extreme weight loss. And again, that's not really something I have to really suffer with. I keep a relatively active lifestyle and like to make sure that I actually have not just my physical health in check, but also my mental health in check. So again, I put out a video, I want to say about 2 months ago now, showing my blood work, and that's been the best it's ever been in my life. So one thing that's really captured me when people have said this, and most people just say the first thing that comes to mind when they see my story and then also see my challenges that I do, is that you see a recovering anorexic and see all these cheat days, food contests, or anything like that. Thinking hypothetically, a recovering anorexic or anybody can't have a moment in their lives where in an active recovery they can't go, you know what, I actually like food. And that's essentially what happened with me. Don't get me wrong, to everybody out there that's recovering, that's watching my videos, I am not advocating and I'm not saying that it's healthy, and we're trying to avoid subjective terms as much as possible here. I'm not saying that it's healthy to go out and do food contests and food challenges and everything like that every week and to base your life around that. That's not something that I do, and that's what most people unfortunately get the impression of. Another thing to note too is that if I never mentioned that I had an eating disorder, never mentioned that I went through treatment or anything like that, and just put my eating contests online for everybody, only a few people, maybe a handful of people now and then would actually even mention the word binge. So unfortunately, that's the case. I touched on this in another video too. One who actually binge eats does not have a fun life. It's a very black and white based life. You definitely fixate on food all the time. You surround yourself with what you're gonna binge on. About family, friends, everybody that cares about you. Life is not fun, trust me. Whether you're in binge eating disorder, whether you have anorexia, whether you have bulimia, whether you binge and purge, exercise bulimia, it's all the same thing. So again, if I wasn't having a good time in my life and I wasn't happy with what I've accomplished, what I've achieved, and where I'm going, then I could see there being a problem. All right, guys, to sum things up, I'm extremely happy with where I'm at. I'm extremely happy with what I've accomplished in my life and how far I've come, essentially. And I do still suffer through bad times, just like anybody in active recovery does. That is essentially a part of recovering from an eating disorder. You never fully recover, and that's one thing I always want to stress with my videos. And again, I'm not advocating for all of my recovering anorexics, bulimics, anybody else that's suffering from eating disorder that follows my videos. I'm not advocating for everybody to go and just do all of these. It's just something that I have a passion for. It's something that I discovered when I was in treatment, and I feel like now that I can share my story with the world, I can have fun with food. It's not something I do base my life around. You see a few videos that are posted on somebody's YouTube page, most people will jump to conclusions and think all of those videos are completely about that person's life. That person's life is everything that's within those videos, and that's really just a few hours out of my day. So really don't advise to jump to conclusions when you do watch a video, but always keep an open mind. Again, guys, I can't thank everybody enough for the support. I'm actually going to be doing more of these videos. I'm actually going to be doing a little series on recovery and everything like that for everybody that's followed my channel, and everybody that's sent me messages over the years and that's interested in more feedback from me. Stay tuned for more epic videos coming up soon. And again, guys, thank you so much for the support, and I have something big coming up as well. Stay tuned for that. So thanks again, guys.